Welcome to the highlight show for week 30 of Ultimate Pool The Masters. Two Ultimate Pool professionals in this group, Oli Bale and Adam Bassoo. Oli will be taking on Andy Meir in our first match. Adam will be taking on Gaz Royds in our second match. Let's get straight into our first match. Oli Bale and Andy Meir, and join Stephen Jameson and Will Caldwell on comms.
It's Andy with the opening break, and he will be really irritated to go straight in off, which will present Oli with the first opportunity in the match. Struck the break in terms of power and contact really nicely. But when you're straight in off like that, it just means you had your line ever so slightly wrong. Doesn't take much. Cue ball behind the line then for Oli, and a chance for him to get going in this Masters evening. Oh, you wanted to nudge that yellow out a little bit kinder than that. Should just do a brief form by way of introduction. Stephen Jameson here with you on your Wednesday nights, and joined for our first match this evening by the commentary connoisseur, Will Caldwell.
Self-titled, I must say.
Yeah, I didn't give him that nickname, folks, I must mention. But Oli runs aground. He decided that the best way to deal with that yellow was to take on the double. May well have been right, but the execution wasn't there, so it brings Andy Meir to the table, and these reds look okay. I was having a good chat with Andy a little bit earlier on. He's really, really excited to get going in this competition.
Yeah, I actually played against Andy a couple of months back now in a competition in the club.
You've really ruined that moment for me. You've beaten me to the punch there. You knew what was coming.
Has he dropped? Is he dropped it?
Well, put it this way: I knew that he'd taken you apart in that competition as well, and that would have gotten a mention.
Yeah,
oh.
Yeah. List of victims for Andy Meir, 1, and it's me.
And Ultimate Pool commentator David Hine as well.
Oh, right, okay. That's what's,
not the only one.
Glad I'm not the only one then. Andy played really well out there, to be fair, actually. He's, I think he's maybe a little bit of an underrated player, because it's just difficult to, when you play from a club like this, you know, you've got players such as Gareth Potts, Liam White, Jimmy Croxton, Neil Rayborn have all play from this club. And, you know, if you're not quite at their level, you're probably underrated. But Andy's more than capable of going about his business, and as we can see here, opportunity straight away, and he's going to have to leave himself unless he plays this to the top now, which you could make an argument for, because you're not going to get on it much better than this now. Yeah, he's having a look, but yeah, I think he's eyeing up leaving this for the middle, and it's tight. Yeah, and so much so that he's tried to hold, he's tried to nick a bit of the pocket. If he leaves the cue ball where he is there, it's probably a gettable shot, but he misses and potentially hands the frame back to Oli.
Yeah, you'd certainly expect so. Often get quite a bit of chatter about the size of these pockets. They're never quite as big as certain people think.
I love watching Oli plays. He's a really, really good player to watch. You never quite know what he's going to do. Yeah, so he's opted for position on this, but it's not ideal. It's missable. But it's there.
Yeah, tidy finish in the end from the Bullets. Who gets over the line via a little bit of jeopardy in that frame.
It was more of the same over the next 3 frames, allowing Oli to build a 4-0 advantage. Andy breaking off and really needing to get something going.
You know, resuming the careers or picking back up where they left off. It's a great break from Andy, and must be said, but doesn't make a ball. And these Reds are, well, they're at Oli's mercy, aren't they? There's no problems.
The only problem might just be this opening shot. He needs to judge it well. But once he's in a decent area, the reds at the top of the table should all fall apart together, and that's pretty nice.
Yeah, I'm not sure whether the 8-ball passes to either of the bottom two pockets. I think he's tight. He would have maybe have liked to have had that red at the bottom as he's connecting ball to it, but
I think it goes bottom left. I don't think it goes bottom right.
no, it's tight to the bottom left. Like I said, done a few stints in commentary now, Stephen. The Helved still gets me.
Yeah, it'll do that. It doesn't go away. And he could opt to take this 8-ball into the left middle. He's got a couple of shots here which would enable him to do that if he wanted.
Yeah, he's not happy with that. He wanted to catch the yellow full there, leave himself a shot. So all of a sudden now he's got to play a shot. And this should have been routine.
Yeah, it should have.
But he's a shot maker is Oli, so what has he got in store for us?
Oh, he's really unlucky. I think that line was just about perfect. Well, now we'll find out if this goes bottom left. He might have to convince himself that it does.
Yeah, he's got down, so just over half a pocket, in it goes.
Oli won the next couple of frames as well to put him on the brink of victory and has the break in frame 8.
Against Mark Williams, not that one. And since then, no one else has managed to do it. Oli Bale almost ends it all with a golden break, which would have been incredibly harsh.
Yeah,
if Andy's to get a frame, it's got to be now, and well, yellows look like the choice.
Yeah, you mentioned Mark Williams in action for in a couple of weeks' time.
I say yellows look like the choice. You've seen it a different way. Once reds. Don't think he's where he wanted to be. You bump this yellow out, is that the plan? It kind of was, but I think that's probably actually made the red slightly worse in the end.
Yeah, and he's got a problem now because the one connecting ball down to the bottom end of the table he's got to take, and it's now made this clearance a lot harder. Well, if he gets out from here, this will be high and above the finish of the night.
It's got to be the plan, I think, from here. I think it's his only shot. It's not an easy one.
Can he go out with a bang?
Well, fair play, Andy.
Yeah,
he's still thinking clearly out there and still playing the right shot, plays the safety and plays a pretty good one. Don't think Oli can actually see a ball here. I think he is snookered. Or can he just get to this one on near the baulk line? I think he can. We could even see it to pot it.
That's a shot, that is.
Oh, it wasn't as good a safety as I thought from Andy Meir. He needed to snooker early on that ball.
Yeah, it was mighty thin, that though, to the middle pocket. Still needed making, and Oli says thank you very much. And this could be over. Bit awkward here on this yellow, but shouldn't be a problem for him. Might even choose to take this one long.
Yeah, I think it's the easier shot. Or a bit of a muchness, really, as to which one of these two he takes first. You can even see one of the other ones down the table as well.
Yeah, he was playing that so he looked like he was playing it thin back to the middle, so caught our trusty cameraman out there, but light work for Oli Bale is this.
Yeah, it's a lovely little reroute, actually. Well, the bullet's been a man in a hurry this evening. And 8-0, the final score. securing only the second whitewash in the Masters competition as we reach group number 30. And a really pleasing win for Oli Bale, who will take on the winner of our next match. Adam Bassoo is about to be in action. He's got Gaz Royds for company.
Gaz Royds made the brighter start in our second match, going out to a 4-0 lead and has the break in frame 6.
Yeah, Gaz probably gets away with one there.
The kick ball was tracking, so too's the cue ball. Wow. Nothing wrong with that break. Nothing wrong with this at all. Round or two cushions straight in the middle bag. That's a tough break for Gaz Royds, really tough. And now, another good opportunity for Adam Bassoo. There have been plenty. He needs to start making some of them stick. 4-1, there's still a long way to go in this match, but it can very, very quickly get away from you.
Straight away there, he's not happy. You see him just sort of leave the cue on the table a little bit longer. He's not where he would like to have been. So he's got either a double or thin chop up the rail. This is missable. And that red near the yellow is the only problem red for Gaz. So he's straight away he's gonna open this up.
He's a mile off the double.
Yeah, and he's left. This is another frame that could go begging here for Adam, because all the reds go. Just hasn't quite happened for Adam with Ultimate Pool so far. Obviously, fantastic player, burst onto the scene in the challenge, the very first Challenger Series, won the very first event. I think, if memory serves me right, won the very first Challenger Series event, and yeah, guaranteed himself as a professional pretty much straight away. And brilliant player, obviously England international, great CV in that regard. But
yeah, two-time world team champion.
Yeah, great player, great guy. Obviously plays a lot for Jordan Church's club, who unfortunately decided not to stay on the professional tour this year. But yeah, great player, just hasn't happened for him yet, but still a long way to go in the game. And
well, he's still really young as well, Adam Bassoo. He's still only 28, and there's plenty of time in a Q Sports world, but do get the feeling that a lot of his, it feels tough to call them problems, but let's for argument's sake use that word, that they seem to be more sort of, they're not so much technical and tactical as more mental, really. It's about having that confidence and self-belief, and even when you don't have it, making yourself have something that keeps you going.
Yeah.
But you know, it's a very tough environment out there, and you have to sort of get used to losing and be mentally strong. We saw Declan Brennan in the Champions League this past Monday, and a great example of that. Still an absolutely world-class player, but results for Declan have been really, really, by his standards, really bad for him for the last sort of 6 to 8 months. He's felt like he's had no run, no luck. And it's all about then at that point, as Gaz goes 5-1 in front, it's all about that self-belief, it's all about that mentality.
The difference is minimal, you know, at the top end of the game. It really is minimal, and often just comes down to the break and how many chances that you get. And so far, Gaz has taken the chances.
It's going from bad to worse for Bassoo. Still open table. I believe the choice will be yellows for Gaz Royds. He's got the one at the bottom as a starter. Now, one has to assume that the right of the two yellows together passes to the top right. It's a tricky little finish to work out, but you'd rather be taking this finish on when you're playing well, which Gaz is. 5 frames to 1 in front. Well, the fact that he's taking this one tells me he doesn't, so wants to go into them. And he does, but that's not gone right. Just wonder if he still has a potential shot. The top one of the yellows now, does that go to the top left? Can he pull one out the fire? Looks tight. And if it does go, it's a tough old shot. But he's got to play it. Well, I think that tells us it did go. But he didn't fully commit to that shot. I think he was happy to just row back a little bit. Don't mind that choice. Lovely pot from Adam. He'll be really hoping he's still on this right to the bottom right. I believe he is. And reds do kind of unfold a little bit. Not maybe as tricky as they potentially looked at the start of the visit. You know, 4 of them have a pocket. The only tough red is the one on the, well, close to the left side rail. He can go into that now. Lovely. But he's not got a clean shot here. If he can get through to the red at the bottom of the table, he'll take it. But I think he's only got the plant on. Just got rather stuck behind that red after he bumped it out. Makes the plant, and it comes out okay. That's actually come out really nicely. Accepts distance. Big shot in the match this for Adam Bassoo. Crunch. Goes into the 8 ball though, which isn't ideal. Again, everything just feels a little bit like hard work at the minute for the bazooka. But he's there, he's over the line. And after a nightmare start to the frame.
That frame has got Adam going because he won the next couple of frames as well with good clearances. Gaz Royds now breaking off just 5-4 in front.
Gaz finally makes a ball on his break and he'll be thinking, where have you been? He was 5-1 up, he's lost 3 in a row, and he hasn't really had much of a poke in those frames. Now at least he gets a chance to respond. Yellows will be the colour choice.
Yellow ball's in play.
Used all of the pocket again there. That was just a case of wanting to get the cue ball out. It's a bit straight on that yellow at the top of the table. Oh, is the tide turning? Shake of the head from Gaz Royds. That could well be a changing point. Not left a huge amount. It's the only thing that is good news for him right now. Oh, Adam Bassoo starting to find a little bit of something. That's a great shot. He wanted to land behind this red. Has he actually got a shot? He does. Top of the table. Well, this is tight to the middle pocket. I think he can make it direct. Or is it another cross double? It is. And this time he runs aground.
Central court.
Gaz Royds 6-4 in front.
Gaz Royds won the next frame as well to go 7-4 ahead with just 4 minutes 33 left on the clock.
Gaz Royds will feel he's broken the back of the match. He's made a ball. He's got an opportunity. And, well, I'm going to reverse what I've just said there. He hasn't got an opportunity here. He's going to tie things up. Mentioned it at the start of the match. Players from his neck of the woods don't tend to go safe very often. I think he's going to have to here. No value to take anything on at all. It's been sensible to use up as much of the clock as he can. And he's just going to say, over to you. Bassoo has to go. He's 3 frames in just under 4 minutes. It's time to play what you see. So he's going yellows. He's got to not only get them, he's got to get them quick. His break next. Actually, considering how they looked at the start of the visit, I think this yellow goes to the right middle. And I think if that's the case, he's absolutely fine. Yeah. It's actually a fairly poor safety shot from Gaz Royds. Jokes about how he might not be used to playing him, but it wasn't a great one. Adam Bassoo's knocked a good long yellow in and has flown through the visit in about 50 seconds. Needs a ball. Does not get one. It's a tough break for the bazooka.
Extension call.
Gaz Royds can essentially win the match here. Even if he doesn't win the frame, he can pot enough balls to make a comeback all but impossible. Again, opting to play safe. Not a bad shot. So on this occasion, can't drill in a long yellow. Gaz Royds is almost there. This would be a big win for him. That's going to stay up, which will just allow Bassoo a little bit of flying time. Gaz with the break next, remember. So Bassoo realistically needs to leave himself enough time to reverse clear. Can't rely on a golden duck. Give yourself 30 seconds. Just give yourself half a chance. May even have a little bit more than that. Wants to keep moving at a quick pace. Keep the cue chalked. Clock stops at 30 seconds dead. Just needs a ball. And he's got a couple. But he has made the cue ball. Well, cue ball in hand, Adam Bassoo. Has he enough time? I'm not sure he has. These reds are a plan. He's just going to be short. Great effort, but not to be. Gaz Royds gets over the line and secures victory over Ultimate Pool professional Adam Bassoo. And he lines himself up into a group final with Oli Bale for a right to enter the next stage of the Ultimate Pool Masters.
It was the Ultimate Pool Pro, Oli Bale, that made the fastest start, winning 3 of the first 4 frames. Gaz Royds now breaking off in frame 5.
It's a lovely shot. Just judged his angle really nicely there. I think he'd love to try a little bit more. He might even fancy playing this one cushion first, just to give himself that room to get out. No, he's got enough to be able to play it straight. Yeah, he's fine. Well, this in the context of the match is a big shot for Gaz Royds. And that, in the context of the match, is a big miss from Gaz Royds. 4-1. Looks a long way back. Only prepared to wait his turn. Don't think he's left an easy line to this. At least 2 cushions. Has he got the 1? He did. Oh, he was close as well. Is he going to fluke it? Oh, he was close. It's enough to make it quite awkward. It's probably second best result, really. Because Oli has to get rid of that yellow. And a turning point. Potentially a big one. Even at this relatively early stage, the difference between 4-1 and 3-2 is big. Gaz Royds pulls it back to 3-2.
Gaz won the next 2 frames to go in front for the first time. Oli now breaking off at 4-3 behind.
Oli back on the break, back in the comms box after director's duties for Will Caldwell.
Yeah, apologies, I had to just step out there. A bit of urgent business to attend to, but looks like I've joined a cracker. I've not seen anything, but you can just briefly catch me up, Steve.
Well, Gaz Royds is playing really well at present. Oli had lion's share of the chances, made a bunch of mistakes, really. And Gaz Royds fully deserves to be in front at this stage for me. Perhaps a little bit unfortunate not to be slightly further in front.
Yeah, he's looked brilliant tonight, Gaz, and good to see. I've always got a bit of a flag in the corner of the Wigan lads, but always remain neutral. But to not many have knocked out 2 professionals in one night. I think, memory serves me right, I think Ben Rowland's the only one to do so. I might be wrong.
Yeah, hasn't been many. It's a tough thing to do. Oh, Gaz is just going to take some pocket superiority. Red's are pretty horrible here. I think Oli will just try and take the pocket back. He does. We know Gaz is aggressive. That tells us just how aggressive. He took it on knowing he wouldn't leave too much. I just wonder if he's left half a sniff.
Yeah, stand corrected. There is one other that's knocked out 2 pros.
Brian coming?
No, Brian,
Oh.
he did beat a pro to go through, but he faced a challenger in the other match. No, it was Matt Brealey.
Yes, he did. As Oli again with what looked at first sight to be at least a relatively routine first shot. It's another chance gone begging for Oli Bale, and there's been a few.
Yeah, worth mentioning that Matt is now a professional, but when he did do that double, he was a challenger.
Yeah.
Other than that, it has been, it goes far to say, a clean sweep for the professionals, but not many challengers made it through the gauntlet to the last 32.
Oli makes the thin cut, and yet again is hunting these reds. It's been a strange sort of evening tonight, and this match has been no different for Oli, where he's made good shots and then made really, really careless mistakes.
Yeah, he's got a lot of work to do in this clearance, as Oli, and Gaz holding all the cards at the moment because it's Oli that's got to attack.
That's by choice.
I'm just wondering whether he's lining up a loss of frame. Sorry, not loss of frame, a loss of turn here. Or is he playing it off the yellow? No, not one for safeties, is Oli.
Yeah, he's aggressive, all right, but I don't think either red at the bottom left of the table actually goes. And if that's the case, there's some serious work to do here.
Yeah, this red doesn't pass. So, what have you got for us, Oli? Well, whatever it was, it wasn't that.
No.
Really not sure what he was trying to play there.
Oh, let's try and take another look at it if we can. I mean, that's a...
Well, Gaz will be rubbing his hands together because
Oh, yeah.
all of a sudden, from nowhere, all these yellows are out in the open. All right, they were strong favourites. Yeah, you can see. Unless he just thinks that the red can snick past and cover the pocket, but in this rule set, wouldn't have really gained any advantage. And
Well, I mean, I can only think that he's tried to make the red thin, and he thought it went, and has just overcut it. I mean, if that was the shot that he felt that he had on, it was really tough. You question why he was so aggressive there, knowing the bottom of the table needed such a massive solve. Great chance here for Gaz Royds to potentially go 5-3 in front.
could have done without the flick. It's okay, still a good chance to get out, but he wouldn't have minded missing that red. Probably gonna have to reroute a little bit here now.
Yeah, we'll see what he chooses to do.
I think he's going to want to come around the back of the red to the side of the 8-ball. He's chosen to knock into the 8-ball, and all right, he's got a shot on the yellow, but
well, I think he'll have a shot on the 8 as well. I mean, it's not going to be necessarily particularly easy, but I think he can just come back a few inches here and take it into the middle. If he was on it now, he'd be able to play it, for example, cue ball where it is. It's not easy, mind.
No, he's torn between two here. He's going long, and he said he's going to stun back and potentially just take his medicine. Oh.
That's exactly what he's done.
Well, yeah, I think he can drop it into the middle.
Yeah.
Looks tight, but I think it's okay.
Yeah, I think it is. Lovely. That'll do.
Very nice. And
a good break clearance in the next put Gaz Royds further ahead. Oli Bale now breaking off 6-3 down.
Well, Adam's out, and Oli with a rather frustrated swing of the cue there, and look at the state of that break.
look at these.
Well, when it's not going right for you, sometimes you need to just inject that little bit of frustration. And, I mean, goodness me. He's caught that incredibly. This frame could be over very, very quickly.
Well, if he wasn't 6-3 behind and he's 6-3 in front, I would have argued that Gareth Potts' 28 seconds would have been up for grabs there because, well, what's he done here? What has he done here? He didn't need to play that. Oh, he's absolutely fuming. Because I think this is such a thin cut back to the middle now. You're straight in off in the bottom pocket. I don't think you can avoid it.
I know you can avoid going in off the other way.
I think all he's got is an up and down and try and clip it in. Up and down off the bottom rail and clip it into the middle pocket. I'm not sure what he's playing here. Well, it's about as reserved as you're going to get from Oli Bale, but even then he's still left a shot for Gaz. And you have to say that's probably about as easy as a chance as you're going to let go and miss.
Yeah, it's a loose one from Oli, that's for sure. And Gaz is flying. Gaz is comfortable, he's confident, and all of a sudden those sort of mid to long range pots aren't in doubt anymore. Great chance for Gaz Royds to go on the hill. Just not in doubt, these finishes now. Gaz is playing at a really high level.
Yeah, Gaz is the one that's looking like the professional out of everybody tonight, isn't he? He's been steady, he's took his chances well. Never looked flustered.
15-second shot clock is just creeping up in influence as well. To go on the hill at this time is a good time. 7-3 in front, Gaz Royds.
Yeah, if Gaz can go on to win from here, it would be one of only 6 from 30 groups to not be professional. Some doing.
Yeah, he's got that break pretty well as well. And we'll be wondering how on earth it's gone dry. So Oli Bale checks in to the last chance saloon. That's the bullet. Got a couple more in the chamber.
It's got to be now or never for Oli.
Oh no.
Well, I think he's still got a shot up to the top end of the table, but not where he wants to be going because it just makes this clearance much more difficult. And when you're 7-3 down, you want them there for you.
I don't know if he has got it up to the top of the table, you know. Well, he has.
Yeah, but he's got to play it in a way where he leaves himself this red near the 8 ball, which he has. I think he can actually play this in a way where he'll open up the red at the bottom of the table. If he cooks, yeah, he can play on it, but if he'd have moved the 8-ball there, he would have had a bit more to go at. But
yeah, for all the sort of chuntering and playing a bad shot and being out of position, it was actually a fairly... Oh, how about that for a skill shot? Not on the 8-ball.
Again,
it didn't need to do it.
Done that a few times tonight, Steve, where he's just sort of out of character. Just yeah, and
the double's not there either.
This could be the end. This could be the end of everything for him, because Gaz could go out and get these.
Well, that was a crazy shot for me, and that's all shot selection there from Oli. He selected to play into the red, and I mean, he just doesn't need to. You can see how easily it goes into the pocket.
I'm not even sure why. Because he needed, it is not intended to pot it, has he? But why is he even trying to get near it? Because he needed to come across the table. The 8-ball only went into the bottom left pocket.
Yeah, it's a really strange shot.
It's really strange. He's not been himself tonight. I mean, Andy obviously didn't do himself justice on the table tonight, and I think we can all agree that 8-0 was flattering Oli tonight. I think he just took the chances eventually that he got, but Andy could have easily won at least half of the frames that he lost.
This is impressive from Gaz, prepared to be patient whilst Oli offers him nothing on yellows. There's not much to go out on the 8-ball here. He did get a sight of it though, so a little bit of a hit and crease for Oli Bale. Nothing dropping, and that should do it. These are there now for Gaz Royds. It's now time to go.
Well, just a few shots away now for Gaz, for what we know must say is a deserved win.
Yeah, develops his bad ball.
Yeah, great shot from Gaz, and 100% a deserved winner tonight.
He has been. It's another super performance. Back to back. Gaz Royds knocks out 2 consecutive Ultimate Pool professionals. First the bazooka, then the bullet. Gaz Royds, all guns blazing.
Gaz Royds takes down 2 Ultimate Pool pros to book his place in the second stage of the Masters. If you'd like to watch this night back, you can. It is on ultimatepool.tv. Or if you are looking forward to next week, then this is what we have for you on week 31. Jiwa Gut, Dan Wells, Carl Boys and Darryl Whitworth is your lineup. Looks to be an absolute cracker, headlined by Box Office Carl Boys. Make sure you join us for that one on Wednesday night at 6 o'clock, and we'll be back for another highlights show next week.